Hey, what's up, influencers? In this video, I interview Emily, aka Mermaid Gossip, and really we're gonna be talking about how she grew her YouTube channel from 2,000 subscribers to over 50,000 in just 1 year. Coming up. Hey, what's up, influencers? Sean here with Video Influencers, help you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And today I'm here with Emily, aka Mermaid Gossip, and she's a blogger, YouTuber, and she's living in England. And she's super passionate about color, about style, and she posts really lifestyle content, fashion, beauty, and she's also a business and branding expert. How's it going, Emily?
Hi, Sean. How are you? Good, thanks.
I'm doing great. Let's talk about first, what's kind of like your 30-second bio and how did you get into YouTube in the first place?
So basically, I am really just kind of like a colorful lifestyle and beauty blogger and YouTuber as well. And basically, I got into it because I've always had a blog to support my business, and YouTube just seemed to be the natural progression from blogging. And then now YouTube has kind of taken over, although I still have my blog, I focus more on YouTube these days.
That is awesome. And then what year did you start and get into YouTube?
So 3 years ago, I started YouTube, but I've probably been blogging for about 5 or 6 years. But I mean, that has been a huge learning curve over the last 6 years. So yeah. I've only really been, Mermaid Gossip has been a thing for about 1.5 years.
And really the way that I kind of discovered what you were doing from that blog that was shared, I believe, in a forum, and you really kind of broke down because you had this incredible year. So you launched Mermaid Gossip, but specifically you really grew from 2,000 subs to 50,000 subs. And of course, influencers watching, I think that kind of growth is inspiring. And I think that it's also kind of relatable to where a lot of people are maybe at, being at that kind of early stage of around 2,000 subscribers. But you had like this amazing year. Break down a little bit what happened there, and we'll maybe just talk about some of the lessons and things that you learned.
Yeah, so probably for about 1.5 years, I was stuck at around the sort of 1,000 to 1,200 mark on subscribers. And I was really like, right, come on, this is going to go somewhere soon. I could kind of, even at that stage, I was like, I've got something to give, like it's just a bit different to the norm. So I was doing crazy color hair videos anyway. And then about April last year, I could see that rose gold hair was going to be a big trend, and it had already kind of leaked into my world, and therefore kind of I knew that that was definitely something that I wanted to look at. And I thought it was going to be a big search term. So I remember saying to my friend, you know, I think this is going to be a big search term, so I'm going to make the video anyway and, you know, ride the wave if anything happens with it. And then at around, I think it was like June or July, the video just went mad. Like it just had an average amount of views to start with. And it did take a couple of, I think it was shared by hair addiction blog, and then from that I got loads of comments on it, because basically, funny story, but I made the video how to dye your hair rose gold, but lots of people disagreed with me that it was actually rose gold and just stated that it was just pastel pink. Now rose gold's a massive hair, like the spectrum's quite big. If you Google rose gold hair, like there's from kind of off blondes, pinky blondes, all the way to kind of quite a dusky pink. So I was like, well, I said in the video, it's not perfect, but I'm happy with it for now. Yeah, so I just got loads of comments from people going, that's not rose gold, it's just pink. So, and then some quite extreme hate on the fact that it wasn't rose gold. Like, and this came out of nowhere. Like, I barely had comments on my videos at that point. So then I remember sat in the garden in the summer last year, and I was just like, oh my, this is like insane, the amount of comments that had come through. And it kind of grew and it grew and it grew. And I was like looking at my analytics, going, okay, now this like, it's like $600 or whatever that I'd hit. I was like, this is insane. I didn't think that would happen with one video. And then it just kept going. And then it hit like 1.5 million views. And like just all the comments just made it spiral out of control. And then it was shared by the New Yorker blog, which was quite an achievement for me. Yeah, and it's just kept going from there, really. And from that, I got loads more subscribers. Yeah, so it's basically one video just kind of took it to where it is now, really.
So I love that. And I love maybe a couple things in there. And one of them you mentioned was definitely one video, but I think some people kind of, you know, you couldn't have planned for it to do what it did. But in some sense, you kind of did, because you had a prediction of trends. How important do you think that is for, you know, influencers watching to try to keep a pulse in their niche on trends and try to get in front of them?
I think it's always good to look at predictions, and because they could, if you made a video on that said prediction, then that could be your hook video. I don't think you should solely rely on that, because you are in danger then of kind of like selling out almost. Like you're just going to make videos for the trends. Like I think there needs to be quite a healthy balance. Look at the predictions, like you say, within your niche, and work with those, but do it in your own style kind of thing, and just make it work for you. So have a balance of doing like trend stuff and what you're genuinely passionate about, and meet somewhere in the middle.
I love that. And one of the things, of course, that happened was, like you're saying, it wasn't like you just did this one video and then people came to your channel. They're like, well, okay, you have one kind of viral video. You got lucky. But how important would you say consistency was, and just building up your channel around that? Because from reading your blog post, you mentioned that it kind of, a rising tide lifts all ships. So some of your other videos started to kind of get noticed.
Yeah, so like lots of other videos, because I've been posting consistently at least once a week for at least 2 years. I've recently upped that. I kind of went through a stage of doing 3 a week, and that kind of got a bit too much. So then I now just do 2 a week consistently, and then the odd vlog. Yeah, I think because those other videos were there and I'd put out content that I wanted people to see from that video, other people then looked at my other hair dye videos and they kind of peaked. And then certain key videos that I've got have really grown from obviously the increase in subscribers and the increase of viewers. People have looked at other videos, etc. And then just continuing to post content that is relevant, I guess, to those subscribers. So people want to see hair videos, so I have to keep changing my hair color.
That's really good. So you saw the growth, but then did you feel it all? 2 questions. Did you feel it all? I mean, you're really passionate about hair, so obviously that is authentically coming from you, but did it also kind of steer and shape your content to where you say, okay, well, I got to be focused? Does that make sense?
Yeah, to a certain degry. Obviously, like I said, I was already making the hair videos anyway, and I was always changing my hair, and I'm more experimental. Like I'm not an expert. I just like to show people what they can do at home if they want to. But yeah, so hair videos are without a doubt, and my nail videos are my most popular content on YouTube. So although I enjoy putting that content out there, I also do feel like, right, well, that's popular, so I want to keep putting more of that content out as much as I can. But I do kind of like, because I've had the subscriber boost, and then from that kind of wave, then other people have looked at other videos and kind of obviously got to know me a little bit better. So putting out my vlogs just helps me to put out more personality as well. So I do try and keep my content as varied as possible, because I don't want to put out all hair videos constantly.
And you brought up the vlogs, and one thing you wrote in that blog post as well was you also did Vlogmas for, I think, the first time during that growth year. And for Vlogmas, for anybody watching who wouldn't know what that is, that would be posting every single day in December, correct?
Yeah.
And so my question is, and that's a unique thing that you do on your channel, is you have a niche channel, hair and lifestyle and some other things, and also nails, but then you also include the vlogs on the same channel. What's been your experience with that, your thought behind that, and how has that affected kind of your growth in that whole year and even today?
Yeah, so I think like December just gone, I remember getting an email from my network to say that people who do Vlogmas earn 4 times more on average than people who just continue to put out videos every week. And I was also going to New York at the beginning of December. So I was like, right, this is a great opportunity. Let's just go for it. Let's do Vlogmas. I'll vlog whilst I'm in New York. In my mind, I was like, right, that'll get great hits. It'll be popular content. Turns out, don't know if it's the time zone or what, but my New York vlogs actually have my least amount of traffic of like the last few months' videos, really. And I have no explanation for it. I was talking to someone yesterday that basically, I think Vlogmas is just like, Vlogmas itself is so saturated that there's so much content out there. And apparently December and January are actually the quietest time on YouTube. But having said that, my rose gold video had another 1 million views just in December. So people are obviously looking for content, but I think the whole Vlogmas thing is a little bit overdone. And there's so much content that goes out there, it's hard to keep up with it all. So obviously the views are much more like diluted. Having said that, I think continuing to do the odd vlog when I've got something that I'm maybe doing, I'm not just sat at home on the sofa, although people do seem to like watching that. If I'm actually doing something specific, then I do tend to vlog and just throw extra content in there, because I think people want to see it. Although my vlogs don't get as many views as, say, a hair video, it's still getting my personality out there, increasing the views, like even if it's just an extra 1,000 like a week or something. Every little helps towards just growing my channel. So I think, and I'm doing the stuff anyway, I might as well film it, edit it, and put it up there.
That's awesome. Those are some good insights about Vlogmas as well. So let's talk for a bit. And by the way, I'm referencing this blog post. So influencers, I'll link it up in the description below because there's a lot of cool insights. So you want to be a YouTuber and some of your thoughts there. Now, one of the things you mentioned was kind of this journey of observing your kind of income and your revenue, and also your experience with kind of your network during the times. What are a lot of YouTubers watching and would probably be interested in what you would say about getting with a network, about MCNs. And I know that if anybody's been on YouTube for very long, they get hit up with emails like from all over the place. I've had 3 this week. Sure. So what are your thoughts on agencies and networks?
Well, I mean, if I'm honest, Style Hall approached me when I had about 1,200, 1,500 subscribers. So at that point, I was really naive. I was just like, yeah, great, like pay me, sort everything out. Like, just, I just kind of thought, brilliant. I'm not earning at the minute. So anything that they can help me with at this point, brilliant. Like that, it sounded like a great thing, even though they were going to take 30%, which I didn't really appreciate at the time until the video went viral. And I was like, hang on a minute, you just take 30% of my money. It was just a bit of a rocky start because I was on their stateside list of YouTubers. So I was getting invited to lots of US events in the first year. And I was like, what are these guys actually doing for me? It was quite a negative impression of the network. But then since then, they've been really cool about sorting that out, getting me on the UK list and also reducing their commission. And so now now that everything's in place as it should be, it is actually, I think, quite a positive thing because like they had a guy come over from LA yesterday. So I was in London yesterday at kind of a talk about how to grow my channel and just so stuff that you wouldn't normally get if you were doing it on your own. But having said that, I think until you get to a certain point, you can do it on your own. And there's no harm in that. And I think you kind of need to reach a certain point before you sign with anyone. In hindsight, I kind of went about it potentially the wrong way, but it's all worked out for the best now. That's
cool. That's a good insight. And it's probably hard to say, but for influencers watching, what would you say maybe that point is or that range?
Oh, it's hard to say. I guess when you start making enough probably to be part-time with YouTube, like just through just using Google AdSense, when you start earning like a couple of £100 a month or dollars or whatever it is, that you think, right, okay, well, actually I could give up my part-time job and YouTube would replace that. I think that's probably a good point to aim for, because then you're actually earning enough money to look at, what a percentage a network is going to take from you and how they can help grow that. I think you need to get to that kind of couple of 100,000 views a month, probably.
That's great. That's a great insight. And let's talk just a bit. I love how in the blog post you wrote specifically about kind of building, your income and even seeing what having a viral video would produce and how things have been kind of, over that year on YouTube. And I think it's probably even different between the UK and the US a little bit, depending on where you are and where people are watching from. What their CPMs are going to be and so on and so forth. But what have you kind of learned that it would take to go and have like a solid side income or part-time income from YouTube?
Yeah, so I worked out, and this is very sort of crude maths, basically based on what my channel does and how much I earn. I kind of worked out that you could probably earn about 0.002 pence per view. And I think from memory that to earn kind of maybe a couple of grand before tax a month, which to me is would be like the start of a full-time wage, or probably better than a full-time wage, but you'd probably need at least 1 million views a month to go full-time with it. I got like one major video that is producing most of my revenue, so I don't know if it would rate with different channels, but that's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, no, and that's a great, I think, metric. And as we both know, getting 1 million views a month is no easy thing. But that is, I think, a target to put out there for influencers, specifically just from AdSense to earn income.
Well, I think a lot of people see lots of YouTubers. This is why I sort of wrote the blog post, because I think I heard it was the majority of 18 to 25-year-olds want to be YouTubers this day and age. And whilst there's nothing wrong with that, I kind of wanted to put it out there to say, look, it isn't easy and not everybody has got it in them to be a YouTuber. I'm not saying I'm special or anything like that, but I think you have to have something about you, something different in such a diluted market these days. And I wanted to kind of put it out there to say, look, it's not easy. It's not like a quick buck. You've got to be consistent and stick at it for, I mean, 3 years now. What did I say? 2 or 3 years I've been doing YouTube now, and I've only started to really scratch the surface with it. So yeah, you've got to be dedicated.
Such great advice. And then for you, what, because I think it's really very, very practical. We're talking about maybe just streams of income. And I love I'm super passionate about helping people turning their creativity into a career. And I think for us as creatives, we know that it takes multiple streams. Like if you're relying on just one, like just AdSense, it might be a long time before that would, ever be enough. So what have you learned about different streams of income, and how does that break down for you, even with things that you do on the side with branding or whatever?
I mean, I've always had all my fingers in all the pies. I can't help myself. I'm sort of driven by the income revenues, and I'm like, right, okay, we've got to have all the different channels because one of those is going to kind of overtake the other at some point. And I just kind of dip my finger in anywhere that I think, all right, I think I can probably make some money out of that, or that could lead to something else, then I'll just give it a go. So I've got so many things that I do. I think I'm overly, I've got too much going on sometimes, and I think it's good to choose a couple of channels and focus heavily on those. So I've kind of been on all the social media for a long time, and I've been slogging it out with my blog a lot. And before Christmas, I was putting out 5 or 6 blog posts a week, in addition to 2 or 3 YouTube videos. And, I just don't have enough time in the day to keep up with that. And I felt like I was really just pushing out content for the sake of it. Like they didn't really have any value to my viewers and to my readers. So I've made the choice recently to cut back on my blog. My blog doesn't earn me money. So why should I focus on that when YouTube is starting to? So everyone's different. Like I've got a friend that earns a decent wage from writing and blogging, so she's focusing on that because that is her main income stream. And YouTube, although she's dabbled in it, she's not going to focus on it because it isn't pulling in the income stream at the minute. So I think it's about choosing carefully where you think the best income the potential. It's all about where you think the potential is, I think. Awesome.
Awesome. Now, talking about branding specifically, and definitely something that you're incredibly strong at. I mean, one thing that for those too, if they haven't checked out your stuff, and of course we'll link it up and we'll talk more about that later, but your blog, your photography, your design, it's all really beautiful. It's well done. And one of the things that you mentioned in the blog post about YouTube is you talk about staying on brand. And that's even something that you help others with. Yeah. What's your passion with that and some of your tips there?
I think it's just my background. And because I've worked so hard to build a good brand with my own business and blog, that I can see how important it is to have an identity online. It's going back to that kind of oversaturated market about having something that is consistent. It doesn't matter. Like I'm clearly colorful, and my colors are pink and blue, and my whole Instagram profile is colorful. My blog is colorful, and that is what I stick to. Kind of all my thumbnails on YouTube, I stick to the same font, same kind of color palette. And any platform anybody goes on, people will recognize that as being mine and content from me because of the way that I put it out there. And it is a pet hate of mine when a great company or product or service or whatever it may be, just is so vague online, like on Instagram, and their photos will just be really shoddy and dark, and it just doesn't show off the product or service or whatever it is. But it's not easy to have a great consistent brand. But I think once you've nailed the kind of basic techniques to achieve that, it can be easy. And yeah, like I work with my friend Casey, who does my nails, and I did all her design work. And if you look at her salon, it matches her website, which matches her Instagram, and whichever platform you're on, again, you can see that it belongs to her.
Influencers definitely take note of this. And I think that definitely an observation, probably, and I get to do channel consults, and I get to, of course, observe so many different video creators and video influencers. And when you land on your stuff, it stands out. And hearing you articulate that that's intentional, and that you want to, in a very crowded kind of space and the year we're living in, that you got to stand out in some way. And I think that there's a lot of channels that probably haven't discussed discovered their identity. They haven't found, their who they are or their brand aesthetic.
And that's okay. That's okay too. It's good to experiment and find out who you are. Like, my channel now isn't what it was 2 or 3 years ago, and I've been finding myself for the last 4 years, and I will probably continue to change, but it's more of an evolution rather than kind of flitting between lots of different styles and choosing styles because you're influenced by other people. You've got to find your own style, and I think if you just find something, stick with it and let it evolve. Don't kind of keep chopping and changing so much.
That's really good. I don't know if this illustration is going to work on, but would you say on Google Hangouts, would you say it's like this? Maybe you're not as clear and focused, but over time you want to start kind of coming to more clarity with your brand. Yeah, definitely. Like, I used to kind of want to be just all the colors, and I just love all the colors. But now, there's certain colors that stand out, and sticking with certain fonts. Now, I haven't got the same font now that I had 3 years ago, but it's been a slow and gradual process to get to a point, and you can still see similarities if you look back then, but things have just been narrowed down. That's amazing. Now let's talk specifically about your skill building and how you've learned all this stuff, and we'll also talk a little bit about your video creation. But I think it could be intimidating. Someone might say, okay, I have a passion and maybe I feel like I have a message and I want to do this. I'm already doing this. But one of the things that just really demands respect from what you're doing is that you have good photography, but you had to learn that. And then you've got all this style, even in your studio, and you've built that up, and obviously learning video editing. What's kind of been your journey of skill building, and what advice would you give to people to really level up, what they're doing? My background is graphic design. But then I got into photography because I think, like, my mum she won some money or got some money or something and said, here's something, go and do something with it. And I bought myself my first Nikon. And from that, I've just been completely self-taught with photography. And believe me, I have had my bad moments of learning where things just haven't been quite right. And I've taken lots of different directions with my photography. But again, by taking that journey, I finally found, kind of cliche, but the path that I now am supposed to be on. But everything has been self-taught, been looking online at different YouTube videos, blog posts, just to learn every single thing that I can. If there's any courses, like freebie courses that I've been able to go on, or talks or seminars, things like that, I'm always up for learning just as many skills as I possibly can to kind of hone down to what I need to know to do what I need to do, really. That's awesome. Constantly learning. And one of the things that I noticed, I was in one of your vlogs, is it true you have kind of like this pink roll up background? That's what's behind you right now. It rolls up and down. Yeah. Oh, careful. It's a bit precarious. It might start rolling down now. Yeah. So I used to do the whole filming on the end of my bed with my fairy lights in the background, and my bedside table, kind of very Zoella-esque. My bed is like huge, you can't see the edge of it, and just the way that the window was, I just kept rearranging my bedroom to fit my YouTube videos, and it just wasn't working, and I didn't have the color that I wanted, I didn't have the consistency that I wanted. And so and because I guess it's from kind of my studio background with the photo booth that I run, I'm more studio orientated, and I'd rather have kind of a proper setup, have all my lights, which are just up here, set up constantly. So just like over time, I've got just softbox lights up there that I had from a previous experiment with the photo booth. So I had those anyway, and I just started to use them. And then I kind of looked at better lighting. I've now got a ring light, backdrops, different color backdrops. And yeah, I started with my iPhone and some wallpaper that I had, and have just evolved from there, really. And it's really amazing. And I think that really speaks to also just being creative with what you have. What are some of your favorite tools and the main tools you use for cameras and software and things like that? Well, I'm not that technically minded, although like I've taught myself whatever I know. I'm not that technical, but I'm just looking around for it now. But the best, I used to use my big, so I've kind of leveled up with all my different camera software. I started off with a Nikon D60. And then I was like, okay, so I really want one that with a flip out screen so that I can see myself. And then I learned how to hook that up to my TV via HDMI so I could see myself if I was in focus. I used to have a massive unicorn that I'd had to focus my camera on, set up on a tripod
and quickly jump into where the unicorn was. I've played around with the manual settings on this, and like I said, just evolved with it. But now most of my videos, I use my little point and shoot, I don't know where it is at the minute, but my vlog camera, which is just a Canon G7X, and it's the best investment. I bought it to go to New York to vlog with because I didn't want to use my iPhone and try and vlog on that, because I've been doing that for a while. And it's just brilliant, like just auto on it. It's just, the focus is quiet. That to me is like my baby at the minute. It's the best thing I invested in. Just having the lighting is great. It's just little things. I've not spent an awful lot on any of my lighting. It's all been on eBay. I don't think at this stage I need to invest in really expensive lighting. I watched your YouTube video on lighting actually, and I want to get some of those little LED, the tiny ones, because my lamps are like massive box lamps up there hanging on the ceiling, and they take up a lot of space and they don't look great. So yeah, it's just trial and error, most of it really. But yeah, definitely my Canon G7X is like the best thing at the minute.
Love it. And then what do you edit on?
Well, I have forever I've used iMovie because I'm a Mac user, and I haven't wanted to spend an awful lot of money on editing software up until this point. But now I kind of feel like I'm editing the best that I can edit, and there's stuff that I want to do that only kind of like Final Cut Pro, which is probably what I'm going to get next, will do. It's just that fear of taking the jump into learning something new and becoming a basic again, and also the cost of it. iMovie does the job as much as I need to at the minute.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, hey, we have entered the lightning round. Do you know what this is?
No.
These are rapid, quick fire questions. And so just go with whatever comes to you immediately. We're here. 3, 2, 1. First question, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Talking or texting?
Texting.
Person that you most trust with a secret?
My boyfriend, Brad.
Last thing that you grabbed out of the fridge?
Milk when I made my tea before our little chat.
Favorite place in the whole wide world?
Home.
Favorite nickname for yourself?
Mermaid.
Cat or dog?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nessa, but dog. Don't tell my cat.
We'll keep it a secret. Biggest pet peeve?
People not being on brand.
So good. What was the last song that you've have playing on repeat?
Oh, Mendes. No, not on repeat, but just that I enjoy listening to. Is that Stitches song? It's just, that's the worst answer ever. That does not show off my musical talent. If
you could only have one thing with you during a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
My phone.
Nice. Even if the cellular networks are down, you still need it. I mean.
Well, now you pose a difficulty. Yeah, probably. Or, well, aside from like my boyfriend, my dogs, my cat, my phone. I think actually my phone.
Life's
don't tell
essentials.
Them, my phone would still probably come up top. That's
all right.
I'm a bad human.
Your favorite YouTube channel right now?
Brittany Balin. Balin? I'm not sure how you say her name, but yeah.
Your go-to comfort food?
Mashed potato.
What is the best advice that you've ever received?
Be yourself, because everybody else is taken.
Awesome. Lightning round. Crushed it. Yay! Crushed it. Emily, final kind of questions. Where can people connect with you? And so, we'll link it up in the YouTube description, but what's kind of going on in your channels as well as your social media, things like that? Yeah,
so I'm Mermaid Gossip. I'm on YouTube. Well, actually, my URL is Emily Fishy Designs, but if you just search Mermaid Gossip, you can find me on YouTube. There's a new video going up Thursdays and Sundays at 3 p.m. and vlogs in between. And mostly I'm on Instagram and Snapchat at Mermaid Gossip. Sometimes Twitter. You can hit me up on Twitter if you like.
Brilliant. And final encouragement or tip for influencers watching?
Just go for it and be yourself. Be yourself and find out who that is by practicing and evolving to just do it.
Amazing. Emily, thank you.
Stay on brand.
And stay on brand.
Stay on brand. Have a good YouTube thumbnail.
Thank you so much for being a part of Video Influencers. Love what you're doing, and really just want to acknowledge your hard work, your hustle, your consistency. You have incredible style. You have incredible creativity. You are crushing it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.